Johnny Koen is a former South African pro cyclist who started a sports apparel company, Velotex, 38 years ago. The company usually makes gear for high-performance sports like cycling, equestrian and triathlon. But when Koen saw the pandemic was causing a mask shortage, he added another offering which used the knowledge from years of making high-performance clothing. He joins us now via Skype. Mr. Koen, a very good morning to you. Thanks for joining us. Welcome.
Good morning to you, and how are you, Simpiwe, this morning?
I'm great, Johnny, and great chatting to you. Now, I understand you have 3 different types of masks. Please tell us what different masks you have.
Well, I've got the typical mask, which is our cotton one that looks like this-ish, if you can see it there. Yep. Looks a bit like ladies' underwear, but it's a heck of a lot more technical than that. This particular mask over here is a very easy breathing mask. So guys can actually go running with it. They can wear it easily. And of course, then we've got a mask here, the one that I've got on this morning, which is a very interesting development. And this particular one here is a development we've done with a national pharmacy chain that they've subsidized it by more than 50% in an effort to get masks to absolutely everybody out there in South Africa. Now, this one here is a very interesting baby in the sense that you can pour water, and I'm going to try and do a live test for you guys, a bit of high science right here on our desk at the moment, that we can pour water into it, and the water will stay in the mask, which it's doing. Yeah, it's difficult to show now, but it stays in the mask until you release the water. So that's a very, very technical mask that we've developed there. Now, when a mask is that hydrophobic that in fact no water ingress is possible from the outside, nothing at all can get in. Your own sweat vapors, though, are allowed to gently transpire outwards as you wear the mask. The guy has almost 100% barrier between himself and all the bad lurgies out there, while his own body heat and his own moisture and that is allowed to easily transpire out of this mask and work its way out into the atmosphere. So this is a very, very standalone, hugely technical mask, which defies the need for 3 different levels and all of those kind of things, and there are masks for different applications in PWeb, which we have to worry about. There are 2 things, a couple of things we've learned in the last month of being expert mask makers. We come from a world of knowledge in the world of sport and cycling and all of this sort of thing. But I can tell you that learning about masks as we've gone along, the first commandment is that you mustn't be able to blow a candle out with your mask on. So if you blow now, you shouldn't be able to blow a candle out. Otherwise, there's just not enough protection. The second of the big commandments there is you need to be concerned that you get enough protection, but that you are able to breathe wearing the mask. You can imagine a policeman wearing a mask which is designed for surgery and for application other than for aerobic use and aerobic sport and this sort of thing. The guy would then find himself being very difficult to breathe when he's got the mask on in a chase situation. The other way around is too little protection, obviously at risk. Too much protection, you just can't breathe. And the ultimate protection from all allergies would be a plastic bag wrapped very, very tightly around your mouth. So that would be a very difficult one indeed to get around. But our masks are cheerful, they are fantastic, and instead of looking like everybody's going to die, our masks look as if we're all going to live rather. And we've got all that cheerful range. We've got the national flag here, we've got the ones you've just shown in picture. That's a nice cheerful mask, which means we're going to make it. We even have masks within our collection with the dreaded virus itself on there. But we're out there to say we are here, we are going to live. And this thing is going to work absolutely fantastically for all of us. This particular model, again, is even more technical. This has little ventilation section at the bottom, like an exhaust system. So the guy puts it on, and he can breathe in with a little bit of difficulty, but as he breathes out, that happens to the mask. So it's almost got its own exhaust system, which lets the hot air out, but it stops any of the lurgy from getting in to the wearer. So really, really fantastic how all of these masks work. But they had an outcry on the 1st, which was Saturday or Friday, when the guys all went riding and running on the promenades and in the world of sport. that people just weren't wearing their masks. Now, it doesn't surprise me because the masks aren't designed for sport. The one mask is designed for surgery. The other mask is designed maybe to sit in your office and to work in it. And another mask might be indicated for sport. So technically, the guy would need a pistol, a rifle, and a cannon to go to war against this virus. And the problem with the sportsmen is that many of them were wearing masks designed for surgery. Now, that's great in an operating theater with nice air conditioning and controlled, cool, easy conditions where the doctor's pulse rate is maybe 80 beats a minute, unless he makes a small slip or he sees something really bad. But when you're exercising at 120, 140 beats a minute, I can tell you that mask is going to end up in a dreadful place, perhaps around your neck, where we see too many masks being worn because they just aren't suitable for the application that they're intended for. You know, you've seen as well with
all right, Johnny, unfortunately, we don't have much time, but it's great to see that, there's a greater emphasis on the breathability of your masks. Thank you so much for such an invention. We appreciate your time. That was Johnny Koen, a former South African pro cyclist, talking to us about the high-tech masks that they are producing as we are faced with COVID-19.